Okay, we have discussed up to the selection, grouping, and all. So last day. So today, what we have to do is we have to discuss about updating and deleting queries related to your DBMS. Update and delete. How it happens? Actually, these are easy. Updating means like if you want to do some alteration to your existing data. This is also DML query. So if you want to do some alteration related to your existing data, you can use update query. But when update, like you have to give exact where clause, because from where only what you want to update, you have to exactly select. Otherwise, it will be applied for everything. So if you done some error in the where clause, it will apply everything, because like, so before executing, you have to check whether it's pointing the particular specific area, right? Let's see one example related to our database, which we have previously created. I'm going to open MAMP. You can also use your database to do this. Then I'm moving to my PHP MyAdmin tool. PHP MyAdmin tool. Okay. And there I'll move to my database. This is DB school, and you have 4 tables there. We have already created this structure last day. You can use the same structure now, right? You can use the same structure now, which I have used last day. So if you don't have the SQL, I have already sent it last day. Actually, you can download it. So I have sent it to the Zoom. Just you download and import that to create the database, because doing this practically will give you more exposure rather than just looking at my screen. So if you can do while I am telling, so that will be the best combo, like that is the best thing that you can do while listening to my lesson. Okay. If you already like, if you're not having the database table, let me export this. Okay, here it is. This is what I want to paste here. Let me paste this in chat. I'm not sure. No, it's not allowing you to use the chat. So let me paste this in, because the content is too long. Let me paste this here. Okay, yes, it has a lot of lines. I think it's around, yeah, 200 lines. So let me save this as SQL file and send this to you. In case if you don't have the data related to the tables, what you can do is you can use this table. So let me save this as SQL. Save this with SQL extension. Then you can directly import this to your database in PHP MyAdmin. Using PHP MyAdmin 2, you can import this. Okay, I'm saving this and I'm uploading this to the chat now. Please download the file, and after downloading you can go to import. But before all, you have to create the database, that is DB school. create the database, then choose the file and import that. That's what you have to do. And if you are getting any error, please let me know, then I can help you. So please do up to that level. If you don't have the database, please do up to that level and import the database. So then everything will be written, data will be there in your tables. So it is now ready to run the query. Okay, so let's see. Okay, let's go to the student table and see how can we update certain record. You can see that these are the records inside this student table. What I need to do is I need to update that MIEEE is okay. So I want to update, let's say Shehan Dhananjay's city to Kandy. I want to update Shehan Dhananjay's city to Kandy. It's already Colombo. I need to update this to Kandy, right? To do that, so the best thing is if I can refer using the primary key. Okay, so first of all, I'll show you this graphically, but so you have to remember in your examination, you can't write anything. So in this graphical interface, what you have to write is you have to write the query, or you have to understand the query. But let me so what actually happens, if you want to update, you can easily edit this in the GUI. But in the examination, they expect the query. Okay, let's edit that. And I'm going to edit this city to Kandy. That's what I need to update. Only the Colombo I need to update to Kandy. And then if I click go, you can see it's automatically generating the query. And this is it. Update student, set city equal Kandy, where student.student ID equal 5. That's what I said. Even the automated query is taking the primary key as the input. Okay, in case if you don't know the primary key, you can still do the update. So that is using the like query, right? Like query, or using even this equal. If you exactly know the name or some other unique field. So let's say what are the unique fields there? Let me copy this, cut this, and let's see what are the unique fields. So you can see, so basically name. So name is not a very good unique feature because you know that name can be repeated, but first name and last name together can be a unique one. First name, but first name only. So if you take, okay, let's say if you take Gehan, there are multiple Gehans in Sri Lanka. If you take Ravin, there are multiple Ravins. If you take Anjali, there are multiple Anjalis. So that is not very good thing. But if you take the first name, last name, both, so it can generate some kind of uniqueness, right? It can give some kind of uniqueness, but day of the, you know, same database, date of birth, there are a lot of people in the same database, date of birth. Gender, of course, not, because it has only 2 values. So there are a lot of females and a lot of males. Even in this one, it's repeating. And the city, of course, it's also not, because it is also repeating. So better if you can search using student ID or the first name, last name. Okay, I'll give you a small exercise. Now you saw how to update. Can you send me a query? So I'll show this one also in case if you miss. Let me show the updating query. Okay, this is what I copied and you can see it now. Okay, so what I need to do, I need you to write a query to update. Let's minimize this. This and this also. Okay, please look at the database. I need you to write a query to update. Update. Let's say Mahesha Shehani name to Mahisha Sehani. Mahisha Shehani. It's Mahesha Shehani. So I need to update her name to Mahisha Shehani. And I want to search by her name. I want to search by her name too. Not from her ID, right? Not from the ID 4. Her ID, student ID is ID 4. I don't need to update from the ID, but I need to update by searching using her name, her exact name, or maybe a trace or a small part of her name. I need to search and update her name to Mahisha Shehani. Mahisha Shehani. That is number 4. Can you send me a query? Can you send me a query to do that? So can you just send me to our group? Send it as a message, please. To update Mahesha Shehani's name as Mahisha Shehani. So please send it to the group. Right, according to the answer sent by Senari, it's update student set first name equal Mahisha, where the student dot, right? Okay, it should be student dot last name equal to Shehani. That is okay, Pute, but the thing is, Senali, the thing is that, as I said, the second name or the last name can be repetitive. So that is a risky query, because like, let's say there are 2 Shehanis, Mahesha Shehani, and some maybe Malka Shehani, some other student. So then both Shehani's names will be updated to Mahesha. So that is the dangerousness of the query that you have suggested, right? So that is not wrong, but that can be error-some, that can be, right? Update TBL student set F name to Mahisha, where the first name like, then again the Netulis query, that can also happen, that can also be applied to Malsha. Mahesha, Malsha, or some like Minusha, all M Shas will be updated according to your query. Okay, these are some errors. So these are not giving errors, both are correct. So this is, okay, let me explain this properly. This is what Neturi suggested. Neturi suggested me that, so doing this will solve the problem. And okay, so then the more fine-tuned query as sent by her saying like it can be done in this way even. Right, okay. Update students. If enlightenment, okay, this is another suggestion. This is what sent by Senali, right? Both are okay. Actually, yes, I got 1, 2. Sure. This one is also okay. Let's say I have a few suggestions. So these all suggestions. No, this is not suggestion by her. These are the suggestions sent by you all. I agree that all will do this update, right? Okay, let's see. Let's try to run the query first. And this is what sent by Senali. I'll take that one as well. Oh, I have not copied that properly. Let's copy this and paste again. So this is sent by Senali. Well, let's see the queries. It's not wrong, it's correct. So let's run the first query. I'm running in the SQL. That is the place to run SQL here. And paste in there. Go and you can see some error. The student, yeah, it should be student, right? Just student. Just student, so that is not a big error. But anyway, so you have to name, see the table name, right? That is student, just student, not PBL students, just a student. So just write student will solve the problem, and you can see it's affected. So if you go and see in the browse mode, you can see the Mahisha is there. Correct. Okay, the second query that she has suggested is this, that is also okay, agree. So it should be student here, not TBL student, but because our table name is just student. Okay, student like this, and yeah, it is also affecting, it doesn't matter. So, but so I'll give you some points. So this is okay, this is what suggested by the other students. It should be student.ln, right? .ln, student dot last name, right? And should be mentioned in the angle code. Student dot last name, if I mention in the table name and all. Shehana should be given inside the quotation because it's a value, string value, right? Okay, let's go and see. So what's the error? Update students at FN equal Mahisha, where the last name equals Shehana. That's correct. Here, update the student should be angle quoted. Right? Set FN should be angle quoted. Values you can put in single quotation or double quotation. Okay, let's go and you can see it's also updated, and let's go and see it's Mahisha now, right? So all three queries working. Doesn't matter. All three queries are working. So this has there are minor errors. So it should be just student. This should be just student, and this is student. But so either you have to write it without quotation or FN equal or with angle quotation, right? Existing fields, you can give it without quotation or with angle quotation. Mahisha, where the student dot ln, or you can say student dot not in, student ln equal Shehani should be quoted. So these are some minor errors where you have to correct. Okay. So rather than writing like that, these queries are dangerous. Let's say, let me show this. So let's say there are two students, Mahisha and so let's add another student. So I'm going to insert another first name, Malisha Shehani, and her class is, let's see, some class, and DOB, let's select some value. No, this is not accurate, but just selecting. And let's say gender is female and city is Colombo. Okay, let's go. And another student that is like, okay, I'm changing a minor, I'm applying a minor change. Malisha, then next one is Mahinsha. Mahinsha, and also Shehani. And some DOB. Female. City secondary. Okay, I have two records. I'm setting go. So let me show the dangerousness of the query that you wrote. Okay, let's forget about update. I'm going to search using your query. Then you can understand why I'm telling like that. Okay, so let's search. Without doing that, I'm searching. Select all from student. Select all from student. Where FN like MAH percentage SHA. Now you can see there are two students are coming. There are two students. Mahisha, Mahinsha, both are there. Mahisha and Mahinsha both are there, right? Understood what I'm telling? So if you update, both names will be updated. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
If you update, yes, both names will be updated. Both the Mahin Shah Shehani and Mahin Shah Shehani. And let's see the other one. What is suggested by Senale, I'm putting that also. That will also give that same problem. If you search or if you write an SQL, so without updating, I'm just searching. Select all from student. Where last name like Shehani. Oh. Select actually asterisk from student. We are student. Last name of this quotation. Like Shehani. So when you copy paste, be careful. When you copy pasting from the word, you have to change certain fields. Okay, now you can see 3 Shehanis are there. So if in that case, if Senali wrote the query, so 3 Shehanis will get the name Mahisha. So if Netuli wrote the query, 2 Shehanis, 2 Mahisha and Mahinsa, both will get their name updated. Can you understand? So why it is not good to use a single field?
Yes, sir.
Because like there can be similarities. Then what you can do? So if you can use the primary key, you are safe side. If you can say student ID equal 5 because their student ID is unique to them here. Malinsa is 10, Mahinsa is 11, and 4 is Mahisha. So you are safe side because it is unique. But in case if you cannot find that uniqueness in other fields, you can always combine and write the query. So something like this, you can combine both Netulis and Senali's queries. Update student set fn equal Mahisha. Okay, Mahisha. Where the first name like MH, Mahesha or something, and the student's last name is Shehani. Right. So then, so this is also kind of risky because like you can see, so if it is Mahinsa or Mahinsha, both are having Shehani as the surname, both will update. So better you can write, so without like, so I think I can give the equal sign here. So if you exactly know it is only Mahesha, you can write either like Mahesha or fn equal Mahesha. Then only the Mahesha will be updated. So let me run the query and still I got an error. Here it should be an. Okay, so this is what I got. So let's go to the browse and you can see only the Mahesha, only Mahesha got updated, but not Malisha and Mahinsa. Only Mahesha got updated. So let's say Mahisha, you want to update back to Mahesha. Again, the same thing. So you have to give exact Mahisha, and so then you can see Mahesha there. Here. Give it exactly. If you're using like query, use both fields. But there can be similarities in both fields too. So think about that and only give the certain. And if you want, you can combine DOB too. If you want, you can combine the city too. And it is possible to update multiple fields. So this is how you can write the full query. Right, I'll erase your name and write all the suggestions. All will work for you here. And so let's say you want to update multiple things. You want to update not only the first name and the city also you need to update. City equal, then you can give both, right? City equal, let's say Anuradhapura for Mahesha. Update student set FN is Mahisha, city and Mahisha, comma, city equal Anuradhapura, where the FN like Mahisha and the last name is Shehan. Okay, wait. And it will be executed. This is how you update multiple. Let's go to the browse and you can see even the city is updated and the name is also updated. So likewise, you can update multiple fields. Okay, please write down this note, Pute. Update. Update will let you change values of an existing data item for record. This is also a DML query, which is only affecting data, but not the structure. You can write these examples. Write it quickly and let me know. Right. The next thing is like updating multiple fields. Yeah. So this actually I have done, right? Updating multiple fields and deleting. So let's write that with deleting part. So let's do deleting 2. Then we can write that in deleting part 2. Okay, after that we can combine this with our PHP, DABMS, and also you can combine with Python or any other module too, right? So any other programming language you can combine and you can do your task easily. So we'll check that. But before doing that, let's see the deleting part. Deleting actually, so this will delete without any second call and you can't recover the deleted data also, right? Because you can't undo. It's not going to recycle bin. It will be deleted permanently from the database. Actually, so when I'm doing some sites, like when I was coding, so how can we provide like, so okay, let's say when you are given a task to code in, you are given a task, so you have to code. So you have to delete from chart and later, so it's after deleting that should go to a recycle bin. Later you have to restore. Then what you are going to do? You are given a task, okay, you are given a task to design or develop a program. ඔගොල්ලන්ට task එකක් දෙනවා software එකක් program එකක් හදන්න. So in this program you have to delete. The deleting facility should be provided. When you delete, right, when you delete, it should go to a recycle bin, but you know this delete won't go to the recycle. But you are given the task. In this task, when you delete, it should go to the recycle bin and you will be able to recover. After that, if the user decides, user can, right, after that, user can recover or restore that deleted content. So what you are going to do then? ඒ වගේ වෙලාවක් આવොත් මොකක්ද ඔයා කරන්නේ? So this is what testing your A-level capability, right? This question is testing your A-level, advanced level capability. So all the things that we have learned up to now, it's ordinary level. Now I'm checking your advanced level skills. Okay, tell me, there's a situation where you have to delete from the database, but the deleted content need to be recovered.
Creating another table and inserting into it.
Okay, create another table and insert into it before delete. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So less complex way. That is also okay. I agree. Is there any less complex way? Why don't you use update? You can like keep additional column called delete, right? You can keep an additional column. Let's say you want to delete students, then you can keep an additional column. This additional column, let's go to the structure. So let's add additional column after city, that is basically deleted. So this deleted column, you have to, it's a Boolean, and it's a Boolean, and so it no need to index. Okay, default is okay. No need to write any default. Deleted. So let's say default none. So let's save this. Then I have added a column called deleted, and it is none. It is 0. You can say deleted 0. When you want to delete, so what you can do now? When you want to delete, you can update this to 1, right? Because this is a Boolean now. Boolean has 2 values. When you want to delete, you can update this to 1. And when you want to show it to the users, you are not taking the deleted ones. Actually, when you want to show, you can do like this. Okay. Select asterisk from student, where deleted equal 0. You need to select everything which are not deleted. So it's showing these things. Okay, let's say you want to delete something. Let's say you have deleted Mahinsha. Deleting Mahinsha will update her deleted state to 1. So, but you are not actually deleting the data. The data is already there in the table. But when you call this query, so let's call the SQL. Oh, sorry. Select all from student, where deleted equals 0. You are getting none deleted columns, where deleted equals 0. You are getting none deleted columns. And if you want, if anyone want deleted things, like anyone want to access the recycle thing, you can simply say, okay, deleted records where deleted equal 1. So then you can see Mahinsha, which is deleted. And if you want to restore, what you have to do? Restore it. If you want to restore Mahinsha's name, what is the plan? Restore karanne kohomada? So what is the plan for restoring?
Change the deleted value to 0.
Yeah, change deleted value to 0. So is that easier than you think? Rather than deleting and inserting another table? Yes, your solution is also a good solution. I'm not telling it's bad. It's a good solution, but it needs some more transactions, right? Need to create another table, need to insert this deleted value before deleting. Actually, you have to insert that to that table, particular table, and then delete. So you can use update to show that, okay, users will think it is deleted, but it can be restored. Understood? You can manipulate, use these queries to do anything. Right? You can use and manipulate the queries to do anything. Understood? Or if you cannot understand, please let me know. I can explain again. Senali, did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Netuli? Shimla?
Understood, sir.
Right. Okay. So let's move to the next part with a deleting, actual deleting. So this is not fake deleting, actual deleting. So to do that, actually, you have to be again careful. So delete, you have to say from student, where you have to exactly give that. Otherwise, everything will be deleted, right? Yeah. If you say where deleted equals 0, everything will be deleted. So all zero state delete, yeah, everything will be deleted. So you have to be careful. Let's say we have student ID equal tree. So then only the student ID tree will be deleted. So let's go and see the query. It's asking, are you sure? Then you can see student ID tree is not there. 1, 2, 3 is not there. Except tree will have 4 to 11 because tree is deleted now. And if you want to delete everything, you have something called truncate. Right? So deleting will not reset your auto increment fields, right? So because when you want to insert next student will get number 12. ඊළඟ student අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම number 12 ගන්න. මේ ඔක්කොම delete කරත් ඊළඟ student number 12ම තමයි ගන්න. ඒ කියන්නේ automatic ID එකක් නේ අපි දැන්. ඒතර මේ ඔක්කොම අපි delete කරා කියමු. ඒත් ඊළඟ student ගන්නේ number 12ම තමයි. But there's another option called truncate. So I'll show that truncate query using some, okay, this customer table. So it has no data in it. So let's go to browse, no data, table students, browse. There's one data. And if you delete this, let me delete this to show. You can see the student ID is 1. Delete. Yes, I want to delete. Insert another new student. And let's say Kamal. Inserted. You can see the inserted record will get number 2. Even though you don't have any other data, the inserted record will get number 2. But if you want to reset everything, including this ID, so you can use a query, so that is called truncate. Truncate table, TBL, students. Okay, that will also make it empty. You can see the table student is empty now, everything deleted. Now you insert, it will not get, when you insert now, it will not get number 3. Instead of that, it will get number 1. Understood the truncate and delete part? Truncate will clear the entire table. Truncate will clear everything, and it will reset auto number into. Delete will delete according to the given instruction. It can delete 1 or 2 or many or everything, but based on your warehouse. Okay, write down that now, please. Delete is the DML query to delete data from tables according to the given condition using where clause, right? Delete is a DML query to delete data from tables according to the given condition using where clause. Example. This is an example. To delete all the records, it is possible to write delete query by selecting a common condition related to all the records. For example, that deleted equals 0. If you need to reset auto numbering and clear everything, truncate can be used. But be careful, truncate will delete everything. Truncate will delete everything. Please write down delete part and update multiple fields and delete part. Please write down. I'll combine with both and show you the results, right? I'll combine this with both and show you the results. Then you can think like you can continue to practice this with any language. The first thing that I'm going to show this using your PHP. So let's go to the local host. And there I had a folder in MAMP application. Cannot remember the name, sorry. This inside MAMP folder. Okay, MAMP. They are inside htdocs folder. Okay, ICT is the folder name. ICT. Okay, here this is the thing that I'm getting, and it has the Dasun.php. I'm copying this, pasting this again, renaming it as index.php. So where I'm going to call that index.php, and then I'll write. Actually, I'm going to read data from the database using this PHP one. The first thing that I need to do is connect to the server. To do that, actually, I can use my I'm using a variable connection $con. So you can use any variable, but you have to follow the variable naming rules, right? Keeping the naming rules, you can use any variable. The connection. So connection is let's say MySQL connect. Then the user. So let's say root, and then again root, and the password. Let's say it's blank, and host. Host is a local host. Local host root, and the password blank, or you can say die. You can give a message to exit. Unable to connect. Unable to connect. Okay, let's save this, and I'm going to run this now. Say unable to connect. So maybe some error in our database. Okay, let's give the port also 8888. Okay, still, yeah, unable to connect. Let's give the username, password, root. Still like no feedback. So let's actually port we can use separate way. Okay, now you can see it's silence. Silence, so means it's connected to the database. Local host root, but in your case you have to give the blank password, right? So because I know in Microsoft version of SQL, MySQL, it seems the blank password is there, right? Okay, anyway, so if connection, you can check this connection, if $connection. So if the connection is available, you can say echo connected successfully. Connected successfully. Let's save this and refresh. You can see connected successfully. That means connection is okay. Now the second step, you have to connect to the database. Okay, so you can say $db is a variable name. I'm using MySQL I select underscore db. Then you have to give the database name, that is as I remember it is db school. Let's go to the code, db school, and you have to give the connection, $connection. Prior to that, you have to give the connection and the db school. Again, you have to tell if unable to connect, you have to stop the program. Die means stop the program. Unable to connect db. It's giving this error message and dying. So let's try this, and no errors means I think my connection is successful. I can check if $db. I can say echo db selected successfully. db selected successful. Let's write it with a br to go to the next line. Okay, you can see this first one is connected successfully and the second one is db selected successfully. So please go through the code. Okay, done. Please write the code, write down the code. This is how the connection happen actually. If you want to see, so these codes are for testing only, right? Testing purpose only, because you are not going to print this in a website. Because you need data, right? If you need, okay, let's say let's write a query also, $query equal, you can say select all from student, the table student. So this is how you write the query. Then you have to execute this $result equal MySQL I query, the connection that you are using and the query $query. Okay, after that, after getting the results, you can say while $row, in each row you have to fetch each row, $row equal MySQL I dot fetch as of associative array this result, and then you can just print out that $row. Save this and refresh. You can see if everything done. Oh, I have saved. So what's going on? Not getting any result. Select all from student. $result equal MySQL I query. Sorry, query. Okay, I'll save this. Refresh this. MySQL I query. Then the $query select all from student. While row equal MySQL, sorry, my spelling mistakes, MySQL fetch as of. Still not. Maybe some more spelling mistakes. Okay. Select all from student. DB school, I think I'm correcting correct database. Yes, DB school. Student is the table, that is also correct. Select all from student, that is also correct. While $row equal MySQL Okay, I'm echoing dollar. Is it empty? Not get anything. So maybe some error. Let's try this. So because it's not showing any error. Dollar query. Yeah, dollar query successfully executed. No issue with that. And let's say dollar result. Dollar result. Okay, nothing is there. MySQL select DB. Okay, MySQL like query and the connection query. Query is this one. Okay, successfully executed that and echo. But echo results giving nothing to me. Means I'm not getting the result required. Let's drop the query. No, the dollar connection should be there. Okay, so let's write down this. I'm checking this. So this is happening. So am I correcting to the wrong database? Local also. Okay, so everything is done. DB selection successful means this in the database is also selected. Dollar query execution need to be done. Okay, so let's write down this. This should be correct today. So I don't know why it's giving an error. Anyway, write down this. So let me check the error in advance. That means like our query is successful because like there were 10. So if I ask the number of rows of this result, it's showing that as well. Right. Sorry, I got one spelling mistake. Now only I saw. Sorry. It's very sorry. Here it should be MySQL I fetch as hoc. And now you can see the array. Okay. So then you get this, and after that you can print out, right? That is my mistake. Everything is correct, except this small I was missing. So that is the nature, right? When you miss something, you will get something like this, and you can see entire thing, everything is loaded, right? Okay, you are not displaying something like this. So maybe you can add a tree tag to display the result. PRE tag. I'll tell you how to list this properly next day. For today, please write down this with the preformatted text tag. So because that is also working, so you can see. But this is for debugging purpose, not for the displaying purpose. For displaying purpose, we have to do more than this. So you have to create a table and nicely display the results. So this is how the results displayed using PHP and MySQL. So next day, my plan is to do Python. Also Python, little bit of Python with MySQL, and as well as I'll show you how can we update, delete queries. Actually, by next day, we can finish this section. So related to PHP, Python, both. That is my plan for next day. Update, delete. Yes, insert, update, delete. So let's do that using PHP and Python. So with that, this specific topic is over. As I said, as I promised, next day I'll be after finishing that, I'll be discussing the minor topics because we have already discussed the main topics and almost over. So let's go to the minor topics from the next day itself, right? Like IoT and e-business. So those are the topics remaining with us. IoT, e-business.
Sir, did you
operating
discuss
system.
OS?
OS, actually, OS we have done. IoT, e-business, and systems. That part we have to do. Okay, please take a snapshot of this. I'll anyway copy and paste this for you to try. And if you're already like, if you couldn't write down by now, please take a copy and paste it in your code and try to run this in your computer. SQL I have already sent. Or take a snapshot of this also. Then you can practice this. Do it and practice. That is the way that you should execute this. So do it and practice it. With that, I'll be finishing for today. So next day, we'll discuss the remaining content. And good night.
Good night, sir. Thank you.
Good night, sir. Thank you, sir.
Welcome back.